Okay, so which step is this again? Okay, let's just say this is the 6th step, okay? The 6th step. Now, this is editing. Now, editing is good because, well, really, you can cut out any parts that you don't want in the video, and you can also add things that you want in the video. So editing is like art. So the actual video, filming the video, the way you do it is art. Editing adds on art to it. So editing is sort of like an art in itself. Filming is also an art from itself. So if you think about it, making YouTube videos is sort of like movie making to an extent. So for my 14 episode series of home school news, which I did last school year in 2020, the original home 14 episode series home school news, I used iMovie, hashtag no ad, not sponsored, but and iMovie was great and it worked really, really well. Here's the thing though, I have a very, very old Mac, Apple Mac. It is just so old, it no longer even supported, like, it was so old, it could hardly stand having to run iMovie. So what ended up happening is I switched to a different computer, and I switched to a new editing software, and this is the one I still use. It is called DaVinci Resolve, hashtag not sponsored, and it is just really awesome. DaVinci is really fancy editing, and it's free, so that's cool. The only downside to it is that the videos you put into DaVinci have to be converted, and so that's a little hard to figure out, but that's okay. I know how to convert them, and so yeah, let's get into editing. And there you go. So after the files convert, then what happens is you get them into DaVinci and put them down, and you can start editing. Now, the very first thing that we want to do is change this green and turn it into a lighter green. Sort of what I did in my Independence Day video. I sort of like that, and it's not, so then I don't have to go through the stress of figuring out what I should do for every single background like I did in the homeschool news series. So let's get on that. Hello people of YouTube.
And
in today's video,
there you go.
D-Day.
There you go. So it worked out perfectly. So what I did, I went into the Fusion tab down here. So this was my actual video. Median 1 was the actual video of me behind my, in front of my green screen. Now what I did was I put in a delta keyer, which hooked up with the video. Then what I did, I used this eyedropper, and I took it over to the video, put it down, and it measured sort of and calculated the color of the green screen, and any part of that video that had that color in it, it would erase, or even any color remotely similar to it. So that's why when someone's behind a green screen, they don't usually they don't ever want to wear anything that's green or even sometimes blue, because there's also blue screens. So kind of what I'm doing is whenever I have long pauses in my video, I would cut it out, any of the long pauses, and yeah, so watch. So you can also see at the very bottom, it actually shows when I start to talk and how loud I am and all that. I can go in and I can make myself louder, or I could make myself a little quieter, and I could do in between, all that kind of stuff. And oh man, that is a cursed image in itself right there. Oh my goodness. But so what I would do, so right there, I haven't quite opened my mouth yet. I'm maybe a second in right before I say something. So I'm gonna go up to right before I open my mouth, split it, delete what came before that.
Hello people of YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about D-Day.
And right there, I just said my first sentence. As you can see, then there's a long pause because I knew when I was filming this, I was going to do my intro right after I said that. So that's what we're going to do next. Also, this video seems to be on mono. So we're going to go in and we are going to, so you can see mono, format mono. That means it's only in one earbud. We want it to be in stereo, which I believe makes it in two.
Hello people of YouTube.
Nope. So we're going to go back to clip attributes and sort of play around with this until oh, wait. Okay, so now that should work. Ready?
Hello people of YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about D-Day.
So there you go. I heard it in both my earbuds. So I said that right there. So sort of, and we're going to be talking about D-Day. So right there is sort of a breaking point. What we're going to do, we're going to put in my intro. So I actually have it saved. So intro, final, and there you go. So I actually have my intro saved in my file, so I can easily get it up, so I don't have to actually make it again and again and again. So there you go. Now what we're gonna quickly do is we're going to play it until I start talking again, so we can cut that out. And in the absence of that big long thing, after we delete both after we delete the big long silence in the place, we're gonna put in my intro video. You'll see. It's hard to explain, but you'll see and understand.
Now, D-Day is anyone.
Go back to before I open my mouth. And there you go. Backspace, backspace. And now we're gonna put in my intro. So let's see it.
Hello people of YouTube. In today's video.
So I'm noticing one thing. Oops, okay. And split. So what I sort of did was at this bottom piece, the green piece, I split it on both sides and I unenabled it, which basically just means I told it not to show the green at all during my intro. And you can see there's a check mark right there that shows it's enabled. I click on it and it disables it. So, and then what we would do we would have a transition